Hey, Queen of the South fans, we are literally in the home stretch of the entire series ending. And what an episode! I say this every week, but I really truly mean it. We're going to just cut to the chase and talk about the most important scene out of the whole. There was many scenes that we have to digest, but the biggest, most important scene was the sex scene. James finally admitted his love for Teresa. Right? We were like, okay, we know they're going to kiss, but we didn't know all the other stuff, okay? This is what Teresa fans have been waiting for since the end of season 3. And this is stuff that cartel dreams are made of. Her number one just admitted his love. They have sex, and then the queen admits her love, and then we think they run off happily ever after. Or so we thought.
I love you.
All right, that's it. That's my recap. The end. That's all I have because that was the most important scene. No, I'm just kidding. There's so much to unpack. First of all, I don't know if that was my favorite scene, but I did have another favorite. But that was just like so crazy because we were like, okay, we know they're gonna kiss. Eddie from, New Orleans, the piano teacher, got a love scene, and everybody's like, that's not fair. James and Teresa haven't had one. Well, why does Eddie get one, right? Well, now you can mark it off your Queen of the South list that yes, it finally happened. They're my love. All right, so first and foremost, props to Oksana for keeping her daughter a secret. That is what a cartel leader should be doing. Keep your loved ones in the dark. Although when they kidnapped Samara and told her, she was not surprised that it was Kostya, but she actually gave some really vital information as to who he truly is. And he's a U.S. diplomat. Like, this is crazy. Of course, it got deeper and deeper. We didn't expect Kostya to just, come out of the shadows and be some like regular schmegular cartel leader. Like, no. Of course, he had to be a U.S. diplomat, which means a political assassination. Everybody's dead and they're on the hook for, killing somebody. But Samara, we're going to talk about her afterwards. But yeah, it was interesting that they were like, welcome to the family. Like, it's no big deal. Like, we loved your mom, so we're going to love you too. I thought that was interesting. But we finally know who the woman was that was standing behind Teresa all the way from episode 1 of season 1. When we discovered, we're like, okay, they're getting off this helicopter. The helicopter that King George bought. Obviously, now we know. But we were like, who's this mystery girl? Did Kellyanne dye her hair? No, Kellyanne, no, she can be no other than a blonde. Be no other, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, now we know who Samara is, and we're like, oh, it's all coming together, right? But I did not expect that scene, the helicopter scene walking into the mansion, to be in episode 9. So when that scene hit, I was like, oh, I feel it in my gut. Teresa is dead in the episode Eve. It's like Christmas Eve, the big day is gonna be episode 10. But we're like, oh my God, she's literally dead in episode 9. And where do we go from here in the series finale? No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it for one bit. But let's talk about Teresa during episode 9 up until her, fateful end. She is always thinking ahead. And even though we're like, oh my God, she's like so desperate. How is she going to get out of the business? How is she going to do this impossible task, mission impossible that Devin has given her and actually kill Kostya? How is this going to happen? Duh. She's just going to hand the business over and then we're going to call it even. But we know that Teresa is smarter than that. We know that she's not going to go down without a fight because Kostya and Devin will always be at her neck trying to kill her or use her or take her down in some form. But you know, crossing the queen, that's not the vibe. That's not what we're here for. So everybody, you know, including myself, would have thought, oh my God, OMG, the tequila is tainted. She poisoned the tequila, but no, she's smarter than that. She poisoned him using the same Russian poison that killed Oksana and coated his little shot glass. And I was like, yeah, that's the ultimate payback. You know, like, you do not mess with Teresa. You don't kill her only like female influence friend at the top. No, this is about woman empowerment. Although we're sad to see Oksana can't just take over the business, which if she did, she would have been dead like the next episode. But we're just happy to see that Kostya got the same fate as Oksana, and he was done dirty because she was done dirty. And that's it. But Boaz getting involved with him, he doesn't know what he would have been up with, right? So like Teresa told Kostya, there is an expiration date on everything. He doesn't know how volatile the Russians are. And when he's like, yeah, I'll hook you up, like it's no big deal. He doesn't know the US diplomat status. He doesn't know the severity of how crazy the Russians and ruthless that they would be. So, you know, everybody's getting a taste of their own medicine at some point of this episode and next week's episode. And we will find out the fate of Boaz, because if you saw in the little episode recap that they're going to Sinaloa. Sorry, Boaz, your ass is dead. You tried to come for the queen while the queen is coming for you. So I think you're getting what you deserve. But yeah, the whole scene after blood's coming out of Kostya's nose, he's like, bitch, and then passes out and dies. She was like, don't shoot. You guys can walk away from this. And then Pote comes out the cut. So exciting. Like, we knew he couldn't stay retired, okay? That's not Pote's thing. He's got to protect Teresa, his little Teresita, at all costs. That, I think, was my favorite part, you know, besides the Teresa moment. I think that was my favorite part of the show. He came out with guns blazing to save his darling Teresa. Teresita, the queen, la reina, whatever you want to call her, right? He just couldn't stay away. Crib building is not his thing. Going to garage sales, not his thing. But at least he was prepped by playing soccer a little bit, you know, because we're going to see a little bit of future Pote in that scene. But it was great. And then there was obviously a partnership. And he's like, waistband, waistband. Boom, she's shooting everybody. Boom, they get out, they're alive. We're like, yes, time to go to Belize. Time to run away. Time to do all that stuff, right? That's who we know Pote to be. Pote is not cut out for the suburbs. I did know that it couldn't have been that serious of a scene with Angie and Pete, right? Kelly, Angie, and Pete. No, I definitely knew it had to be something in the trash can, because when Kellyanne / Angie was in the bathroom and like breathing heavily, you heard some metal. So I was like, oh, there's definitely something in the trash can. He's just like super paranoid, whatever. They met their neighbors, cool. I just saw online somebody's like, I don't trust those neighbors. Who knows if they're even going to be in the next episode? But if you're a shooter like that, maybe we'll recruit Mike. Who knows? Maybe he's going to be part of the exit strategy for, you know, Teresa to get out of the business. Doubt it, but it is what it is.
Put the white to the K? No mames. Right here. Nice pass. Get him, no.
Whoa! Are you ready, Mike?
Oh!
Good job, guys.
All right, so as you just saw, we did get a little bit of comedic relief from Pote. He's always so good at that this season. We need it. He's lightening up. Maybe it's because he's in a loving relationship and the baby is coming soon and he just has like a little soft spot in his tender little teddy bear heart. But when he was like, Y to the K, and he's making beignets, which if you guys remember is like a beignet churro combination. I saw that clip like weeks ago online and I was like, maybe it's like when he goes legit and he's a restaurant owner on the waterfront property. But now we know. But yeah, thank you, Pote, for always bringing like a little laugh. Because I'm pretty sure like we didn't get many laughs, you know, seasons 1 through 4. You know, he even played soccer with those kids and was celebrating that he kicked their ass when he scored that goal. Like, I love Pote. That's it. All right, my death count, I know you guys have all been waiting, is 12. If you count Teresa and you count that raccoon. R.I.P. Little Trash Panda. You shouldn't have messed with a Sicario because your life ended by just trying to get a meal. Sorry, homie. All right, but here are my predictions. They don't just welcome Samara into the group and we're like, yeah, we're going to just fly you to Belize and all this stuff, right? I think Samara is going to be the decoy. They're going to fake Teresa's death because she had way too much makeup on and straight wig. We've never seen Teresa with hair down that's straight. Like her hair is straight when it gets pulled back. But no. That's not her. They are going to fake her death, so Devin thinks she's gone. He gets off their back. Somehow James is going to be out of the CIA. There's going to be some kind of leverage that he can hold to be like, I'm walking away. Maybe Devin even dies. Who knows? Kellyanne, Angie, and Pete are going to have a baby girl. I think that they're going to hopefully say it in next week's episode, and they're going to name her Teresa. Like, I think that's kind of like predictable. Who knows? I'll be really shocked if they have a boy, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, wait, let's go back quickly. They show her in the morgue. Yes, right? Looks like Teresa. Yes. They're going to go back to Sinaloa and finish the job and literally go kill Boaz. He's going to die next episode. You guys know that, right? And the little clip that they showed where Pote was like, I'm going to if I couldn't avenge her life, like while she was living, I'm going to do it in her death, right? That's going to be at the beginning of the episode, right? They were just trying to tease that. It's going to be at the beginning. And we're going to be like, oh my God, she's really dead, but she's not. And because I hope to God I'm wrong and she's actually still alive, because I will slip into a very deep depression, not only for the series ending next week, but because she's actually dead. So if anybody is in the Boston area and can come console me, or you want to fly out here, I'll fly you out and console me because I'm going to be in a deep depression when this show is over. No, but the reflection scene, right? Everybody's big on the reflection scenes. I've talked about it in previous recaps. And you notice that her former self is killed, right? We started the season off with her killing her former self, who was the money changer out of Culiacan. This is her former self. She is leaving the chapter of her life behind. James was the sniper because this is a way to kill her out of the business, and it was such a heavy moment. But that was the reflection, the mirrored table while she's snorting coke, tapping into her own supply. Always say, don't get high on your own supply. But this, maybe she's just going to do it for recreation because she's not even in the business anymore. But she can't be killed off right now. That was like a gut-wrenching moment in the last, 2 minutes, not even, of the episode. And I'm like, oh shit, they're getting off the helicopter. We know what that means. But that brings me to the end of this recap, where we're going to talk about the title, A Pruebas de Balas. And you guys know I can't speak Spanish well, although I can read it. And that means bulletproof. That is the title of this episode, right? James said it the morning after their hookup scene when they were in the kitchen, right? When he was doing intel about Kostya. Kostya is bulletproof. That's why he died by poison. Pote is bulletproof because he had on that vest and it saved his life. And we know next week that the Queen of the South is bulletproof. That was not a real bullet. She did not die. She is going to have a post-business happy life with James, and she's going to be the godmother of little baby Teresita, and we're going to live a very happy life, right? I know that sounds very green and naive of me. That's what my hope is. I hope I'm not disappointed. Send me a drink from Siete Gotas. The Teresa Instagram page posted the Teresita drink, and I reposted it in my Instagram story yesterday. I need a drink. I'm gonna need many drinks for next week's episode. All right, so with that being said, let's get out of here, mi carnals. We're gonna have a great day, great rest of the week. We're counting down the days to episode 10, the series finale. But anyway, drop in the comments. Tell me what you think. This is such a crazy episode. We're wrapping everything up, but let me know what your predictions are, what you thought of this episode, everything. All right, see you next week.